Hello, sister friends. We have some bonus scenes to share. This is from episode number 5, Kissing Another Man's Wife. Our first bonus scene is actually Cody and Robyn.
So sorry.
This happens in the garage during the conversation where Aurora was explaining that Brody asked her to be his girlfriend. So Cody did his usual and then it goes from there.
It's so it's funny because it's kind of old-fashioned. That's not what you do anymore.
Okay, so I know why they took this out because they know people are just going to slam them about these clips, but they're the best clips. I don't know why TLC has to always have Robyn and Cody's back, honest to goodness. So after Aurora said that he asked her to be his girlfriend, Robyn goes on to say, that just doesn't happen anymore. He's old-fashioned. I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Maybe they don't use the words, will you be my girlfriend? But are we exclusive is a conversation most people would have. Are you dating other people is a conversation most people would have. It's the same thing as saying, will you be my girlfriend? It's just the term girlfriend is usually used in high schools, not so much when you're 22, but I don't know. I don't remember when I was 22, but I don't know if is she trying to say that everybody just sleeps with everybody and everybody kisses everybody and everybody dates everybody and there are no boyfriends and girlfriends and that's an old-fashioned thing? Or the notion that he asked her, will you be my girlfriend? I don't know. I don't know why I try to follow the train of thought of Cody and Robyn. It's a thankless job. It really is. I think it's nice that he's clarifying the parameters of their relationship, as all people should. So call me old-fashioned? I don't know. I think that I know that all my kids had conversations with guys that they were dating after they dated a few times to discuss, are we going to just exclusively date each other now, or are we still seeing other people? But okay. Again, I think this kid, Brody, is a nice kid. I do. I think he's a gentleman. And in the world of Cody and Robyn, that might be old-fashioned. They might know people who have very strict, rigid rules on don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But in terms of having a true gentleman who cares about you and cares about your heart and cares about your feeling, cares about the relationship and where it's going between the two of you, and thus has a conversation about it, should be given, but apparently it's old-fashioned. Aurora goes on to explain Brody. Doesn't quite hit the nail on the head. Here we go.
He's definitely more like Chivalry is not dead.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. He's kind of like Chivalry is not dead. Love that. Love that. It's true. More men should adopt that philosophy. I think chivalry is a sign of respect, not man over woman. This new generation, the women are like, I can open my own door. Do you think I can't open the door? It's going to go full circle. This is a temporary period of time, I guarantee you.
I can open my own door. I can open my own damn door.
But it's frustrating as we're going through it and watching society. It'll come back to the point where teenagers and 20s and 30-year-olds will get their brains back in their head and realize the man didn't open the door for you because he thought you were incompetent. He opened it for you out of respect and thus chivalry. All right, so I love that. But then she says,
and I don't need to show you. I'm just going to do it. Oh. Ooh.
What is the difference between I don't need to show you, I'm just going to do it, which is show you? Did she mean to say, I don't need to be just talk, I'll show you in my actions? Maybe that would make sense.
And I don't need to show you, I'm just going to do it.
Wow, if those aren't Cody words, if I ever heard them. And do you think Cody and Robyn said, oh, do you mean that he's not all talk, he's action, he demonstrates things? And she'd be like, yeah. No clarification. That jabber talk of, I don't need to show you, I'm just going to do it. Cody and Robyn just smiled at, like, that's great.
Oh. Ooh.
Do they understand what she's saying? I have a feeling that maybe at dinner time, they're so used to the Cody speak of multiple words saying nothing that they've picked up a little bit of it themselves. And when it happens under the roof of their house, they just ignore it and let it go. And just go, oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Because that's got to be what you do with Cody.
For sure.
You can't do what I try to do on this channel in the 1 hour. Well, gosh, how much is he talking in it? Maybe he talks for 15 minutes of the episode, and I have an hour-long video that's almost all trying to analyze and figure out, what is Cody saying? They live with him all the time.
God bless him.
You have to just shut it off and just go, yep, yeah, okay. Well, that's funny, yeah, Or you'd go crazy if you didn't. Okay, this is hysterical. Like, I laughed out loud, and I was recording it on my phone. I had to stop and record again because I was laughing out loud. Listen to what Cody says next, because he's trying to let us know if he's old-fashioned.
I'm old-fashioned as far as just like wisdom.
Did he say that?
There's so much wrong with that. Oh my gosh. There's the obvious easy shot of Cody has no wisdom. He doesn't even have smarts. But to take it a step further and say wisdom, oh gosh, no. Wisdom does not result in yelling expletives at your children. Wisdom doesn't result in cutting your children off and saying, when you're ready to meet my requirements, you can come back. Wisdom doesn't have you have 3 wives that you don't tend to at all, but then cater to a 4th one. That, again, not only no wisdom, no smarts, no brains. So that in and of itself is hysterical. But to think that wisdom is an old-fashioned trait is extra funny. I'm old-fashioned in the sense that I have wisdom. Oh gosh, I'm so glad that the producers don't say, Cody, take a beat before you answer the question. I'm glad we get the first thing out of his mouth because it's so entertaining. Okay, so he expands, he pauses, and then says, in relationships. Okay, so now we're going to clarify. I don't really have wisdom, but I do in relationships. Probably the number one area he lacks wisdom in.
Wisdom, I feel like, in relationships.
Again, lack of wisdom makes you think you have wisdom. You know, those that are wise actually probably think they aren't wise, and they're always trying to achieve and acquire wisdom, even though they are quite wise. I'm sure there's some philosopher who's got to have some sort of quote on this. The person who claims to have wisdom is the one that has none at all. Confucius, Plato, somebody.
Definitely not this guy.
But let's go on to here. The man who cut off 13 children from his life and 3 wives, how he has wisdom in relationships. This has got to be golden. I've forgotten what he said.
It's like know somebody, see them on their worst day.
Thanks, Einstein.
Okay. Relational wisdom brought to you by Cody Brown. Know somebody and see them on their worst day. You're welcome. I'm Cody Brown. I do want to say something I did not mention in the original review video of this actual episode. I think Robyn's sick. Not to give her credit for anything, but possibly that's why she was so silent and so off-putting with Cody. Well, she'd be off-putting. She's always off-putting with Cody. But doesn't she sound like she's really hyponasal? And you know, this whole time she's got something in her mouth that she's sucking on, which I'm thinking is like a throat lozenge or a mint.
Stinky!
Something along that line, because she's not feeling well. Can you believe I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt? Who am I? It's Sunday. I went to church. At any rate, in her hyponasal voice, she's going to say, does he have the same values? Does he have the same morals? All right, let's listen to the blah, blah, blah from Robyn.
I can tell how excited you are about it, and that's very intoxicating.
Does he have the same values, like goals, as you do? For marriage, you know what I'm saying?
You know, this whole, you know what I'm saying, really irks me when she and Cody say, you know what I'm saying? Actually, Mary does it a lot too. Instead of asking, do I know what you're saying? How about you just tell me what you're saying? As opposed to, does he have the morals and values, with marriage? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Just say, does the man want to wait until marriage to have sex like you? Does the man want to wait a certain period of time to court you and date you before he actually proposes? Does the man value family and will he stay nearby? The kinds of things that maybe would be the morals and values, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it. I just want to know, do you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not saying it. Aurora gives a obvious answer.
He's sort of like a wait to marry, make sure it's the right person. And I am that way too.
I would think that over 90% of people who get married wait until they think, anyway, this is the right person. I don't think, probably less than 10%, actually. Probably closer to 2%, maybe 1% of the people just get married just because. Or get married knowing this is not the right person, but I'll do it for now and then end it and get another marriage later on. Usually people go into marriage thinking, I like this person. I want to spend my life with them. So it's not any insight whatsoever. I wish Aurora would have said, do you know what I'm saying? Okay, we're moving to North Carolina.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
We have a bonus scene when it comes to decorating the cookies. Maddie has a rule that her kids don't have a lot of sugar. Also food dyes, both great things to keep out of kids' systems. We're learning more and more how much this affects kids and adults. So the scene starts off like this.
Okay, it's for this recipe, it says to use this instead of flour, Maddie.
Or do what you need to do.
You roll it in this.
And sugar.
Which I think sounds amazing.
Amazing. No,
That's what they say that you
I'm
have
not
to
having
roll
the
it
kids
in.
do that. They're gonna eat straight sugar right before nap time. Pass. Sorry.
McKelty being in Maddie's house and recognizing Maddie's rules and respecting them says this.
Maddie, it's one day. You can screw the rules.
It's gonna take 3 days to get out of their system, and I'm gonna get phone calls from the school.
Lovely. It's just one day. You can sugar them up. You can break the house rules for one day to do something that most people don't do, which is roll out the cookies in sugar. Although it does sound amazing, doesn't it? It really does.
Maddie is really concerned about sugar with her kids.
You know what? There are a lot of kids out there these days who have significant reactions to high doses of sugar. The cookies, I'm sure, have plenty of sugar in them as they are. And they're going to be putting frosting on top of them. So I have Maddie's back on this one. Roll it out and sugar on top of it? Not necessary. Christine is very supportive of this.
She's very particular about what they put in their body. She knows what sugar can do to the body, so she does not like the kids to have a lot of sugar.
Then it seems like Christine flips a little bit.
The thing is, the kids don't eat that much sugar, that many cookies. It's more about decorating them. No one really eats them afterwards.
Not true.
There's an angel.
But in the end, everyone's on the same page. And I do have to say that when we watch these kids sitting at the table and we watch them running around playing, the most well-behaved ones are Maddie's kids. So in terms of getting it out of their system and it being in there for 3 days and their behavior responding to that accordingly, possibly McKelty and Tony can take a page out of Maddie's book and maybe pull back on some of the sugar in their household. So the final bonus scene is up decorating the tree, which became trees. All of a sudden, there were 2 of them. I don't know if Robyn at one point left and said, I'll go get the big tree, and brought in another one that was even smaller.
Possibly.
But there's 2 trees. One's a little bit smaller than the other one that they were decorating up there. They turned them into cowboy trees. So at some point they got a little cowboy hat. And Cody said, okay, instead of a star or an angel or, anything Christmas or religious related, which is fine, whatever. My dream is to have a Cleveland Browns tree at some point. My sister has one. So they have a cowboy themed tree, and Cody has Solomon put the hat on the top at the very end as you let kids do the final thing at the end. That's fine. Except that Cody treats him like he's 2.
It just needs to be able to sit on it. That's great. There it is. That works. There we go. All right.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh!
As opposed to saying, good job, son.
We got a cowboy room and a cowboy Christmas, and now we just got to get our cowboy decorations up.
Okay, we have a cowboy room and a cowboy Christmas. Right? The room is all white. So I guess he means it will be a cowboy room. They have a cowboy Christmas. I don't know what he's referencing there. I don't know if he's saying because there's an actual cowboy, therefore it's a cowboy Christmas, or because the 3-foot tree has a hat on it that they now officially can say they're having a cowboy Christmas. Possibly. I don't know. The other tree has an angel. So it's not like we're completely going with a cowboy theme here. Just words. Cody's trying to tell everybody everything is cowboy in his house now. And he goes on. There's going to be more cowboy stuff. Watch.
Cowboy art.
Cowboy art.
There's cowboy art. Of course there's cowboy art.
Okay, so Cody and I we love art galleries.
This is the little segment of, oh, everybody's talking about how much money we spent on stuff. And of course, we know Janelle in the previous season said they have all these assets like art and things around. There's a reason why she has so much art. It's not to take the family money and dump it into useless stuff that's going to depreciate over time. No, this is why.
We love art.
Better keep your story straight.
We love to go to art galleries and art museums and stuff like that. We're really big on it. It's kind of something we've always bonded on.
Always.
And so every time we would go, he would always go. It was always drawn to the cowboy art. And I'd be like, okay, cool. And I'm not really into it, but he was always drawn to it. Always drawn to it. Always wanted to listen to old cowboy songs his mom used to play on the record player. Always would, talk about cowboys and stuff like that. He'd always want to watch Westerns. And I was just always like, oh, so you really like this cowboy stuff, because he was a ranch kid. So I started decorating the room downstairs in the other house, with this Western theme and like cowboy art. And he's like, oh, this is a nod to my dad. And I was like, no, it's not. It's a nod to you.
You're not a cowboy.
We don't call everybody who can ride horses cowboys.
Robyn's really indulged it. We bought a few pieces and then...
Write down below, how many do you think is a few? They bought a few pieces of cowboy art. We're going to come back to this room after it's all decorated. Since Brody's involved in the storyline, we're going to be back up into this bonus room or game room, whatever they called it, that's now the cowboy Christmas room, and count how many pieces of cowboy art we see. Right down below. How many do you think they have? What do they qualify as a few? Again, here we go trying to justify our sales. We don't spend a lot of money on things. We buy the art only because it's like a hobby and it's what he really loves. Always loved it.
One year for my birthday, she gets me a big bronze. I'm sure she got it inexpensively, but it's like a Remington.
And then Cody goes on to share that she bought him a big bronze statue like a Remington. Okay. I know what Remingtons are. There can be no way she actually bought him a real Remington, because I know the knockoffs, the good knockoffs, are still a ton of money. Why? I hate to say this. Listen, I think the Remington statues are actually kind of cool. That's how I knew about them. I don't have one. I don't even have a knockoff one. I don't want one. I don't want it in my house, but I know somebody who is a collector of lots of different things, and so they had one. I believe theirs was a knockoff too, they said, but I know they paid a pretty penny for it, although I don't have the exact dollar amount because I didn't ask. It was family, so they were willing to share enough that they invested a decent amount into it, but not close enough family to say how much. But Cody preemptively, before anyone can say anything, oh, I'm sure she didn't spend much money on it. I think there was a flea market, maybe a couple dollars. They negotiated. They maybe wanted 20. She offered 10. They settled on 15. I'm sure we didn't spend money on it. That's not where our money is, just in case anyone's watching this. Lawyers. For kicks and giggles, let's look up. How much does a Remington cost? Okay, here we go. Past auction highlights. Oh, okay. Robin thought it was a real Remington. I don't know what she paid for it, but let me just tell you, the woman is clueless. More clueless than me. I knew they were thousands and thousands of dollars, but I'm thinking they were like around $40,000, $50,000. I was incorrect. They range from, what's the cheapest one I can find? Looks like the cheapest one I can find is $175,500. There's Remington pictures, just artwork, for $93,000. I wonder if they have any Remington art on their walls, like real Remington. Oh, I take it back. Sold at auction. There was a Remington that sold for $121,000.
What a deal!
Cheap! How high do they go? Oh, hundreds of thousands of dollars. As I'm scanning here, $300,000, $400,000, $560,000. They do cost a lot more money than I thought. You know how Cody wants to give off the appearance of opulence at all times. Well, for an opulent house, you must have an opulent statue. Can't believe he said it was a knockoff. He knows they're $500,000. Just to let you guys know, there are 3 Remington oil canvases. The 3 most expensive ones range from $981,750 to the more expensive one, $1,705,000. We got to keep our eyes open to see if any of this is on their walls. The cheapest one I can find that has been sold at auction, $35,700. He loves the cowboy stuff. He loves the cowboy art. He loves the cowboy movies. He loves the cowboy music, the cowboy songs. He loves cowboys.
Straight up.
I went back and watched it again. I missed the fact that he said we really indulged and bought some art. What is indulging in the Robyn and Cody Brown house? I do want to know.
I thought it was more of a real one, but it's a high quality
Replica.
replica.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've been looking
It's
for
totally cool.
ones.
Robyn's starting to backpedal here. I thought it was, see, Brody knows what a Remington is. He's like, oh, a Remington, yes, cool. So now Robyn, who wants to impress Brody, I think more than she cares about impressing Cody, is like, well, I thought it was a real one when I bought it, even though the absolute cheapest one they have on the site is $121,000. I'm curious how much she spent on it. If you listen closely, and I'll play it again, she throws in there, I'm still trying to find one.
But I've been looking
It's
for
totally cool.
ones.
I'm still looking for a real Remington. I still want to buy one. It's all name brand. That is so Cody Robyn, right? Name brand, which is really meaningless because half of the name brands out there are making the exact same thing that some discount brand is making, but charging 10 times more to just put their name on it. It doesn't make it better. I just told you about my Crocs the other day, didn't I? Remember? I have Crocs from like 1994, mint condition. I wore them a lot too. They're not real Crocs. They were from Kmart. They're the shoes I slip on when I need to run outside, get something off the porch from Amazon, or put mail in the mailbox. But there was a time back in the day when Crocs were really popular and I didn't feel like paying the price of Crocs that I wore these a lot. Still great shape. I don't even know if Crocs last that long. They probably do. It's all plastic, isn't it?
Let's get back on track.
All right. I just find this whole scene very funny. We're going to start to backpedal and let you know we didn't spend a whole lot of money on any of this stuff. And somehow by the very end, we've got Robyn saying, I'm looking for a real Remington. Just wait, Brody. By the next time you come, it's going to be here. Pedestal in the corner. Kind of a sad commentary coming up here.
But it's nostalgic for me, so I go back to Cody, Wyoming, and we go to the Plathville Historical Center and see all the museums, and I like the cowboy art. It's nostalgic for me. Buffalo Bill is like my namesake in a way, and so his Wild West show and riding and hunting and all that stuff's nostalgic to me. But I'm not a cowboy, and Robyn thinks that I am because I'm nostalgic about cowboy stuff.
Wouldn't it be nice if he was nostalgic about the time when his entire family was still together? Nostalgic about the Christmases when the whole family gathered? Nostalgic about the traditions that each one of the wives brought to the family? Nostalgic about the Christmas mornings with the plethora of gifts that were there because there were 13 kids and the exchange with all of them, plus the moms giving gifts to the kids? Nostalgic about the times that they took trips together? We've never once heard him say that he's nostalgic about the times with his family in the past. He's just sad about it. And he wants to box it up, put it on a shelf, put it away like it never existed. Cut it off, clean break. I want to move to a house that none of those kids ever stepped foot in. Fresh new life, but still nostalgic about the town that he grew up in. There's just a period right in the middle of his life that started with marrying Mary until the divorce of Mary that resulted in the addition of 21 people, OG wives and kids, who came into his life and have all left it. And he has moved on as if that 30-year period of time didn't even exist. Sad, sad. This is a sad, sad bonus scenes. And more insightful, a deep dive into the area where the soul is inside of Cody.
Or it should be.
Yeah, there you go. That's it for this bonus things. Thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll bring you next week's if they give us another one. Who knows? Last season, they gave us 8 and then just stopped. No explanation. We'll see. Maybe they hired an extra editor this time and we'll get them for every episode. Take care. God bless. Adios. And I'll see you next week. Bye, sister friends.